don't even guarantee title to the property, which is ludicrous. What are you buying? They don't even warranty title to the property.
Yeah.
That's,
I mean,
and some of them places went for close to what they were worth, 50% to 70% of what they're worth with clean title, and it's basically like a salvage title. It's.
Right.
If,
That's why I said, but the tax value of those houses is gonna stay poor. So that's all I'm trying to make. I know I seem a little harsh about it, but I'm just looking out for the long term.
The coal company will buy them all and do what they did over around Prosperity, just tear everything on the surface up.
Yeah.
And
They're gonna do one of two things. They're either gonna rent them out to people for near nothing, and then you're gonna have the problems that they have out in East Philly, and then we'll need a police force of 50 guys.
We'll really need that.
Or they just demolished the houses.
yeah, like over Graysville and Nineveh, that whole valley,
Yeah.
about a village at a time, they just tore them. There was some my grandparents' house was out there.
yeah,
There were
They
some
raised-
beautiful places
they
there. and they
raised
just
everything
tore them all
and then
down.
get it
Big old
reassessed.
farmhouses.
And there goes your tax base.
Yeah.
They're supposed to flood
I
them all
like I
down.
said, I haven't had time to sit down and really go through all the numbers.
Ain't gonna need any cops,
But-
ain't gonna be anybody here.
But we effectively, in a 5-year time frame, could lose, 5 to 7 years, we could lose a third of our tax base,
if not more.
if not more.
Okay.
And we have to be prepared for that.
And all I'm saying is we need to, instead of looking to next week, we need to look down the road. That's only point I'm trying to make. It's
Did you
just,
look at the long-range plan for here?
hmm?
Did you read the long-range plan? Township long-range plan?
Yeah.
You read it?
Bits and pieces. I'm not gonna be honest.
You mean the comprehensive plan?
Comprehensive plan, it's a long-range plan.
Yes, but that whole plan could go completely by the wayside with the coal company in here. Doesn't matter what the comprehensive plan was, they didn't plan for the coal
Coal mine.
company.
There's nothing in there about that, Doug. That's the
Yeah.
problem. If
But you're
that,
not gonna stop the coal mine.
no, that's where I'm at with this. That's why I'm saying what I'm saying. I am not,
If that point comes out, you start cutting. There's
No,
lots of things to
no.
cut.
See, I don't agree with that.
no,
It's here.
no.
Get proactive and get
Be
ahead of the
proactive.
game.
Yes,
Be proactive. That's just like, just saying you're gonna declare bankruptcy in 5 years because
I
you
think we all
didn't,
do
you didn't plan,
know
you didn't
about
do,
this.
you didn't do a business plan.
I think,
They're already coming because.
yeah, they're coming, you're not gonna stop them.
No, that's what I said, but we
they
can
already
be
have the plan
proactive.
drawn of where
We
they-
can
if
save money.
we-
We can make it work. We just gotta be proactive. We gotta cut expenses.
I'm not against cutting the fat, even if they ain't coming. I'm for smaller government and not raising taxes
Yeah,
and
I mean,
all that.
hey,
Two questions.
Back to
Are you collecting all the money that the resolutions and ordinance are saying you can collect?
yes.
You're collecting off of the office buildings that are on all the gas sites.
The office buildings
You're collecting that $500
They have to
per
be on
office
gas
building.
wells.
they have
on
to-
the
On a
gas well
well,
sites.
yes.
Yes,
Yes,
On a gas well site. They have to be on a gas well site.
and are you collecting for all the campsites that are
Yes.
here?
Yes.
Yes.
in fact, it went up, campsites went up $150,
Campsites went up, yeah.
125.
Okay, second question is worried about expenses. How much is each of these arbitration hearings gonna cost?
How much is it gonna cost if we don't?
It would have cost you $2,200 to let the road employees have their clothing allowance. It's costing you $3,000 plus his fees to go to that arbitration hearing. How many grievances have they filed against you?
The problem with that analysis is, I'm sorry to jump in here, I understand that, that's an insurance and company analysis, I'm sorry, I gotta keep bumping your foot.
I'm gonna knock you off there.
They're not, this isn't the type of case where you make that economic decision. Do I save the money that I would make for cost of defense, and therefore should I settle it and be done with it, or should I go forward? These are questions about contract interpretation that are gonna affect the contract for the rest of the life of the contract. If they can agree to it, they can, but they can't agree to it, so we need the arbitrator. And I believe that once these grievances are started, and once a couple of them get decided either way, however the arbitrator's gonna go, we'll fall into a more
Lockstep.
more predictable pattern.
What's the
There
count
won't
now?
be as much.
Okay, but
Wait,
the problem is,
18?
how many
I don't know.
grievances are there?
I think
Is there
there's
18 of them?
15 now, but We have
18
one coming
times
up, we have one coming up
3,000.
on Friday.
18 times 3,000 plus all your fees.
There's
Well,
only 12 right now.
Those are, those
Yeah.
have
There's
been
only
arbitration.
12.
We have one coming up on Friday. And like I said, I think coming out of the gate, you guys, I think once we go to one or two of these, things will
It
shake
don't
out.
cost
a
us
little bit.
3,000 anyway.
No.
Mr.
No,
Mayor,
it's
That's
gonna
half of
cost
it.
us taxpayers
No,
3,000.
just a half of it. The union has to pay half.
The union pays
that's
the
three
other
the total.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Betty Shingle, okay, Lake Road. Everybody's talking about grievances. Is this just like public knowledge and because I haven't heard about, what's the grievances? What's
We
the
talked
problem?
about it, we've mentioned them in all the meetings. that
Yeah, I
we've had.
know, and I
Listen,
know it's
Chairman,
contractual
don't hold me.
things.
We're way off of this lease issue.
Okay.
Hey, Eddie, I think you got a good idea with incremental increases, because it gives, like your tenant upstairs, she's gonna have to lay that cost off on the people that she's providing service to. So having a time period before it starts and then incremental, then
Right.
she's able to do that also.
Right.
to keep up with it.
One of the issues with the upstairs, we had, before had two different groups have rooms up there. Actually, two other groups, so there was three groups using the upstairs. And when the church was using one, and there was the clothing, the giveaway clothes, they left the aftercare program, and then they left. We didn't try renting those rooms because you gotta limit the access to that facility because of the kids. That's why the electric locks are on the doors.
Which is actually her expense, according to, law, that's for her to have,
No, that-
she should really.
I'm just saying though,
Yeah,
we
no, yeah.
can't put other people up there because of the way the floor is
If she makes
configured.
the adjustments, we can, to the, you know what I mean?
We would have to change the.
Is it handicap
configuration of the floor.
accessible? Is the upstairs
No.
handicap accessible?
That's what I said, that's
Well,
why,
how can you rent it?
Not even down, not
that's
even
what I
down here
said,
is
that's what I'm
handicap
saying.
accessible.
The ADA compliance is why I wanna go to a different building.
It doesn't have to be if you're renting. The upstairs doesn't have to be. ADA.
No, but,
You're
She-
renting,
So what
it's
if-
not
That-
public.
that
But-
falls
So
on
what
her.
if you have
That
a
doesn't fall
person
on
that
us.
comes
She
here in
can't
a
take
wheelchair,
one.
wants to use your service?
but,
She
but,
can't
but
take
Eric,
them on.
this should all be ADA compliant. We should have a restroom for people at a meeting.
Absolutely.
And we're not.
And this was ADA compliant until we put the door in the middle of the hallway.
Yeah,
Then you lost that.
right.
You see my point?
Okay. So,
Yeah,
what do you want to
this
do?
door's
with
wide
the
enough, the ramps are right. It's the door in the middle of the hallway
I
that
don't know.
I thought it had to be a
we lost the ADA.
48.
Yeah,
So-
36.
I thought he was
Okay.
gonna send you something.
So
He's gonna
can,
look at it, right?
Chris, can you send me something?
Yep.
And in the meantime, I think what we would need to do is decide on an increment to charge for that square footage. Because that's kind of where we're
Well, I
at.
was shooting, I told you last time meeting, we had that analysis that Julie Graham did. And,
It was 8
I
to
was-
12.
it was 8 to 12, I was shooting for the middle and make it 10, but we can get there, you know,
In a time frame.
yeah.
You know
Why
what,
can't you make,
what's she paying now? Per square
$1,200.
foot?
1,200.
$1,200.
Per square
Oh,
foot.
Like $3,
Yeah,
$3?
Oh, yeah.
$3 or $4.
You're not gonna make it to 10 with
You
that.
can't make it
Yeah.
10 from 3, I mean.
Right.
well, I was
I
thinking of
know.
it,
We can't run her out of business either.
Yeah,
right.
So we can't make her, she has to raise her rate, so,
Yeah, I don't know how you even
But I
get
do
to
know
that.
that she's
That's
not,
a lot.
she's
But-
also not using every room.
right, and
Like, so,
that's what I said, we could come, we need to just sit
She's
down.
using two, correct? Still just two?
No, she's using every room up there.
well, she has it, she has access
for the
to every
end one.
room. But she's not using where the old clothing or where the old, but all the other rooms she does use. Well,
Yeah.
there's,
The very end of the room is full of file cabinets and.
it is, full of file
Chairs.
cabinets and stuff. And then I don't think she's using where her office is.
That next room, she's got full of toys.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. So,
That's the only room she's not using.
that's, yeah.
I mean, if she wants to clean all the toys out there and not use it, that's fine, I mean, like I said, I don't wanna beat her up, but we need to make some rational decisions.
An amount, like what's your thoughts?
Well, I'd like to get her to like 6
Okay,
the first year, and then, working towards 10. Over 3 years or something, I don't know.
I don't know, I don't think that's gonna happen, I really.
The only thing you can do is propose it and see what,
they come back with.
yeah.
But you got, you know, the thing is, whatever we do for one, it's gotta be,
Well, that's why I wanted to do it by square foot, you know,
Right.
and
Yeah,
that's fair. That takes out, you know, it doesn't matter who your brother-in-law is and who you
Yeah.
sleep with or when.
What are they paying downstairs now? You know?
I
$90
don't
per square
They're
foot.
supposed to pay.
they're paying like $600. They're supposed to pay $625.
Wow.
Now that was leased to begin with. They did all the renovations there, so that was built.
that was figured into the lease.
That was built into the lease, but
Right.
that should have been paid
Long-
off a long
time
time
ago.
ago.
No, it's only, each year it raises by $25.
So I said, we just need
But
to,
they've been paying the wrong amount for the past year.
Yeah, good luck with getting it to the right amount, please.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there are, regardless of the, you know, the building's gonna need money. Right now, if something happens, we don't have an emergency fund to put into it.
No.
We have
You know what I mean?
nothing.
no,
Nothing based on the tenants.
no,
No.
You
'cause
know
it's
what
a
I mean?
wash, it's a wash right now.
And there's times in the winter
It's
when they.
washed solely based on regular
Expensive.
Yeah.
daily expenses and
There's nothing
rent.
else figured in.
The
There's
truth
no
is,
building
I
maintenance.
rent an area smaller than the office in there, and I pay $500 for Claysville.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not really fair for us to the taxpayers to subsidize those businesses.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's
Is that,
just,
is that lease downstairs just keep going as long as they,
No, it's up.
It was renewed 2 years ago.
Right, so it's a 3-year lease. So we have one more
We
year.
can't do anything with them till the, oh,
Right.
Except collect what they were meant to pay.
yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that, because we haven't been successful at that.
yeah. Now, they always say,
The
well,
lease isn't
never
a real
mind.
strong.
It's gonna go to
lease.
Jersey,
Yeah.
New
There are-
Jersey has to okay
Believe
it.
me,
but there
Yeah.
are, what I was gonna say is, even with the problems
Took my mom to New
that are
Jersey
here,
one time.
it is,
So, yes, I know.
But the lease isn't a,
there's parking, there's security,
right.
there's,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
There-
I mean-
there's-
They don't pay electric, they don't pay
All
water.
utilities are included.
Yes.
Yes.
There's garbage dumpster out there,
Yes.
you know what I mean? So there are some benefits.
There are,
You know,
yes.
so, and they're not paying for the benefits at all.
No, they're not.
So,
I have a question though, and I don't, it's a little off base. Are we monitoring the upstairs? Do the police monitor the upstairs with the surveillance that's in here?
Some of those cameras were supposed to be turned off.
yeah,
I mean, that's a liability. 'Cause we
it
don't-
is,
Same as the ones in the fitness center were supposed to be turned off.
Right.
I don't know what
Isn't
happened.
that a liability? I mean,
Shouldn't she have her own cameras? Yes.
yeah, shouldn't she have her own door lock system?
correct,
Yes.
yes.
I mean, I'm just asking
Yes.
because,
Yes, because it puts the liability back on the town. It puts it
Right.
back on us. And that, you know what I mean?
I mean, well, I'm just
So-
asking
yeah.
because it just seems,
We put that system in when we wanted to protect the kids.
I understand that, but I
Yeah.
I
think,
mean, that was,
I think it's a liability on us though.
then take it out.
No, I mean, I think she needs to take it over is what I'm getting at. I think she needs to have her own, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm just why I'm asking. Do you have any input on that, Chris? I mean,
I don't really know what all the arrangements are. You're saying since we
She's
put
our
in the
tenant.
electronic lock, then if there's a problem with it, we're gonna be responsible for it. And you're
Yeah.
probably right about that.
She's actually our tenant. We have a lease with, well, we don't have a lease with her right now. We have nothing with her. She pays us rent for that space.
So she's month to month on the terms of the last
Correct.
lease.
Correct,
Lease.
yes, yes.
So you
She
do have an
is.
agreement, it's whatever.
Yes, yes.
yes.
So-
But I'm just looking at the liability issue. I mean, everything comes down to,
If that's
it's
something
a
you
sad
provide-
day and time, but it's just getting worse. Who can sue who over what? And we don't need any lawsuits.
Right? No, I
So-
think if you have it up there and if it goes down, and it's our
We've
responsibility.
always have maintained it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has anybody tried to put a dollars and cents onto what this is helping the community by having this right here? I mean, all the people that come in here, all the kids that come in here, all the families that comes in here that have their kids and stuff up there. Anybody ever tried to think about what it's helping all of them? I mean, we donate money to, you donate money to a lot of different organizations and stuff out there. So I think you ought to at least take that into consideration, the number of people that you're helping out there also.
I don't know. who
There are a lot of people that use this facility that's upstairs.
They are, which is why I don't necessarily wanna
Yeah.
just sell it and the community not get the benefit from it, but I don't know that necessarily it's fair for the township to keep digging a hole either.
And when you own the asset, usually you're responsible for maintaining your asset.
But that's what I'm saying, Doug.
Actually,
At a
no,
point
because
in
the way the
time,
lease
I
is
don't- I
written,
don't
she's
think-
responsible for all of her stuff upstairs, and that hasn't happened, because that's the way the lease was written.
Right, but all I'm getting at
For her
is,
repairs.
we barely get by now. We barely get by taking care of it.
Yes, we need
It's-
a new lease.
At the end of the year, it's always who we laying off, or we might have to lay off, and that's not right. I
Yeah, when you
mean,
look at that, when you do that though, you gotta look at it globally. I mean, you can't just say, okay, it's gonna be over here. You've gotta look at
I
all
understand.
departments.
I understand that, and I don't wanna lay anybody off. We honestly
Hey,
need,
when the
we
time comes
actually
to
need
it-
more
When the
employees.
time comes, you have to do it, you have to do it.
I understand, but that's all I'm saying, is if we can make, I would rather not have a new building with, I'd rather the trucks be parked in a tent building, or the equipment be parked in a tent building, and know that I can keep 4 guys employed all winter, full-time guys. That's what I would like to see. I would rather, I'm more worried about the whole township and not just a building.
You gotta look at everything, you know.
I am looking at everything, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Quit telling me I'm not.
We're not getting anywhere,
Okay.
so.
Fine, okay, I make a motion that we do it $6 in the first, so we get to the first, $6 per square foot for the first year and work towards 10, and we do that across the board.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Did you figure out what it is, what everybody's paying now per square foot?
High 3s, low 4, or somewhere in there.
And work towards, what did you say, getting to 10 within how long?
4 years.
I'll second it. Let's just move
Well, if you did it 3, JD, you could do 2 every year, 6, 8, 10.
JD?
I'm sorry, Mike.
on. Yeah.
You must have just been I was just looking at it.
So can we add, so, okay,
Over 3 years.
I had over 4 years. You said 3, 4, 3?
Well, whatever, no matter. I was just
3?
thinking,
Sorry, might have written it down wrong. Did you say 3 years?
What do you want to do?
Well,
That
if
was
you
my
do,
fault,
if
Jim.
you make it
I
6
just
this
said
year,
3, because you could go 6, 8, 10.
Yeah.
So I just suggested 3.
Yeah, he's right, do 6, 8, 10. We need to get an out of, cause I
yeah,
know
they're probably gonna
downstairs,
come back with
downstairs
different.
is actually smaller than upstairs,
Yeah.
so we need to figure out exactly how big theirs is.
Okay.
if you make it 6 now, are you plan on doing this effectively immediately?
Well,
No, upstairs would be, downstairs, we have to go through the contract.
The leases.
Wait for their lease to end.
but this would give them time to look at it and know that it's coming.
So you're basically making a motion to have a lease written up and proposed to her.
Mhm.
All right. And I seconded it. How do you vote?
Mike,
Yes.
Kathy?
Yes.
I vote yes. Doug?
I vote no.
Yes. And that doesn't, as far as I'm concerned, that's like plugging a hole. That's not,
No, it
that's
it
not
doesn't solve
fixing
the
any of the
thing.
things you guys were talking about,
No.
but it's something. All right. Anything else, additions to the agenda?
I have, as far as money goes, we're talking about different things. We have a scale that we paid like 30 grand for. We don't have anybody, and probably not gonna have
Let's
anybody.
put it on municipal bid. I'll make a motion, we put the scale on municipal
Are we
bid.
selling it? Is that what you're saying?
You consult the police department.
I'm just asking.
Chief.
Yes, sir.
You guys use the scale?
Well,
No, we
now
don't
let's do the
we
Friday
figured it
machine.
now. We got somebody in class in September.
Oh.
What kind
So
of,
when would they be ready? October? To start using it?
Yeah, probably end of September. I mean,
What kind of revenue, the offset cost versus revenue, reward versus risk?
already paid for itself.
It's paid for itself a number of times.
I'm not a fan of it.
I make a motion, we put the scales on municipal bid.
Can I make a suggestion? If you're gonna sell them, there might be more. Although, I gotta tell you, I recommend against it.
Wait till we get a second.
I'm sorry.
Is there a second?
That's like,
Okay, good, Chief.
Okay, I recommend against it. It's an enforcement tool. It's paid for itself. It's not costing us anything sitting there, and we can use it later if we need to. But if you're gonna consider selling it, there might be better ways to sell it, more beneficial ways to sell it
Then
than
on,
municipal.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
okay.
And if you guys direct me to, I'll research that, but
Let me ask you
again, I
this,
suggest that you,
what's the biggest problem in the township right now?
those roads are already bonded, you can't do anything to them trucks.
Your biggest problem's the roads, so if you get rid of the scales, you can do nothing to the trucks that are traveling those roads
The
illegally.
roads are already bonded, Eric. If they're on,
Not for everybody.
if they're here, they're
Come in
bonded.
all the time, up
No.
and down.
When I drove
they're
the dump
not.
truck,
And they're
if the
moving
water
them.
company had them roads bonded, I was still responsible if I went across here overweight. Cause I wasn't part of the operation going on there. If I was going down to the neighbor's house and dump a load of stone, they could get me for being overweight. But the water trucks could be right behind me and not get stopped.
That's why the fines are so high for overweight
Am I right, John?
vehicles, because they cause so much damage. You lose that enforcement tool, that's crazy, I think. You have no way of enforcing those laws on your 10-ton roads or your 3-ton bridges.
And we have a tool that sits there and we can't keep the officer. Once the officer gets the training, he usually leaves and goes somewhere else for more money and then, it sits in the closet again.
But it's costing you nothing, it's not like you gotta pay a maintenance fee on it, or you have.
It's gotta be certified every year.
not until we're ready to use it.
Yeah.
All right, we got a motion and a
It's a
second.
moneymaker.
Anybody else?
I think you're going backwards, we can get rid of equipment, if we're gonna do that, maybe we should get rid of police too. Is that what you wanna do?
No, but I'd like to get rid of the brine tank.
Okay, that's fine.
I think we can sell the brine tank because we're not, it's not I mean, I don't think.
Why don't we
can
just,
do-
you sell off the rest of everything we own, that's what you
Can I buy
got.
that chair?
Come off the
Absolutely.
equipment, there's not gonna be a garage to put it in.
You
It's
guys
gonna
are
be
really
here,
going
and then what?
berserk here.
All right, we got a motion and a second.
Let me just add one thing from my experience in other townships. I mean, I don't think anybody's going berserk here, we're going to talk about two assets. But your scale is something that a lot of places would love to have, that don't have them. And they don't have people trained to use them. And they don't have any way to enforce these overweight trucks. I go down to Carmichael's, and I have to go down there and I have to hope that the guy who's driving that truck isn't going to tell the judge he was empty. So far, I haven't been burned on it, but I don't have anybody in all these places to weigh these trucks. And if anybody calls me on it, I'm probably gonna lose the next case, if somebody down here goes and tells them about it. But I haven't been challenged on it yet. So I'm just saying, what you have is something that a lot of places would love to have. Take that for what it's worth. Number two, if you wanna get rid of it, I know lots of places that would be looking at getting one that's.
I got something
less than market value.
before you vote. Okay, if you're not using it,
Can we
and
run
you're
it?
looking for revenue,
Can
why
we
don't you
run
lease
it?
them out or rent them out to other townships or municipalities? Then you generate revenue, you still have them if you need them. If he gets an officer qualified with it, you can add that to the
The bid,
what's it called, chief, when you work for the other townships and stuff? The,
Contract.
Contract,
Contract services.
more revenue.
On top of that, you got a man that you have on salary here that's recommended that we don't sell it.
No, I'm not saying sell it, that's what I'm saying.
I'm
If you
just-
rent
I'm
them
just
out or
saying-
lease them
I'm
out,
not-
if
I'm
they're
just
not
saying-
being
I'm not
used,
saying in.
that's a revenue stream.
I don't think it's good. But you guys, you're welcome to do whatever you want.
If you do decide to, though, I think municipal bid might be a loss
Yeah,
to what you could
I
get out
I
of
feel
it.
that way too.
If you put an ad in the paper, you'll get interest on it.
We could probably get, even
That's
without
for bids.
the cost of an ad, you could probably
You might
get,
wanna cancel that whoever you got in school.
still have to have somebody certified, so it's all good.
Okay, we got a motion and a second. How do you vote?
Mike,
Yes.
Kathy,
No.
I vote no. Ed, Doug?
No.
Oh, I'll go with you, Mike. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
All right, that motion failed.
Yeah, before you move on, back to the square foot thing.
Yeah,
Kathy, do you know, you say you pay 500 in Claysville, do you know how many square foot that is?
No, but I can measure.
'Cause- so you're telling me if you get a 500 square foot room,
Mhm.
it rents out for $5,000 a month?
that's,
That doesn't seem right at all.
JD, she did a county-wide survey. And $6 is warehouse space with nothing. You know, no amenities or.
No parking lot,
Yeah.
no,
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you got a
Yes.
500 square foot office building,
Yeah,
you're saying it's $5,000 a month? Something don't add up there.
with all utilities included and parking and all that, yeah.
Well,
Cause I've got
there's
parking,
garbage, electric,
Heat.
gas, you got everything included in that.
heat, air
now.
conditioning, water, electric, yeah, that's what I've got.
You start looking at the expenses, I mean, okay, you figure. when we-
Commercial rate.
If,
Commercial rate.
yeah, commercial rate, I mean, basically, right now, whatever she's paying
Probably, it's
Is
like
it-
12 by 20.
is a break-in, is a break-even point. So 1,200 or 1,400 is actually the township's cost. Are you gonna work for cost? If you're gonna build a building or have a building that you're gonna rent out, are you gonna rent it out just so you can get
no, not at all. I'm just saying that seems you know what I mean? If you
I'm
think
just telling you
500
where-
square foot, $5,000 a month, that seems
I'm
awful
just telling you
extreme.
where,
If
that
you're-
wasn't our number.
It's
We-
probably about 12 by 20, I would say.
Okay, so 240 square feet.
Yeah, you've been there, yeah. It's not that big.
Okay, so you're paying $2 a square foot.
Don't tell them.
Well,
I'm just saying.
in that calculation as well needs to be the fact that we're not gonna collect any rent on a fitness center. Not that we were, but we're not going to be.
Yeah, that was figured in, because that's how I figured in all of the costs last year. Cost versus what we brought in, including any rentals of the gym, things like that.
Alright, anybody, any other additions to the agenda? I had one thing, it's not really an addition, but I had a dust complaint on Waynesburg Road.
That is being taken care of. We pushed that over, there's been several complaints.
Yeah,
Steve's not here tonight. That was pushed over to Evan Midler at the mine. They are going to hardship the top half of the road, from the blacktop out past Curtis's.
yeah.
Well,
And
what are
they're,
you
go-
gonna do about the rest of the holes they sunk? And the blacktop that's there now?
they're gonna fix it. Les.
It's gonna take more township to fix it.
No, I know that. I'm just saying I'm
Something
saying
like
from the blacktop out.
I got another question while we're on this subject. Who dug the ditch across the road down there halfway down the hill and put the pipe in?
Oh, I mean,
Wait, which hill?
on Waynesburg you're talking, right?
Huh?
You're talking about going down the hill?
Yeah,
Mark West. Well, Mark West and Columbia have the road bonded.
Yeah.
they had a wet place there.
That was Preston contract.
Instead of,
I know what
instead
you,
of putting a culvert in and putting gravel around the culvert,
We
they
give
dug a
them,
ditch across the road and put a pipe in, buried it, cut the telephone cable to, and now the road has got speed bumps in it.
do we grant a road opening permit for them? For that?
No. I didn't even know it
And
was
then
there.
they decided.
Didn't even know it was there.
Hmm?
I didn't know it was there.
John,
No, sir, wasn't,
could we,
wasn't aware of it.
could we have some enforcement action on them?
Yeah, we can document that they did the work, yeah, absolutely. If Ed, I mean, if Ed, Ed knows who did it, did you witness him do it?
Did I witness them do it?
Yeah, I mean, you know that they did it, right?
They was the ones doing the restoration work for the coal company.
So, yeah, I mean, as long as.
I think they were called in on their road bond, and that's how they fixed
Yeah,
it.
but the road bond's not a road cutting.
It doesn't give them a permit to open the road.
Okay.
What was the company name that did it?
I don't know.
I thought somebody back there said who
Craig
did it.
Preston.
Well, they work on Tunnel Ridge.
That's like Tunnel Ridge must have done it on there. I mean, we'll have to look into
It's
that.
basically what we're doing with Verizon, it's the same problem we ran into with Verizon.
Well, if Preston did it, your road employee works for Preston, doesn't he?
Yeah, but I don't know,
And
I don't,
he didn't know that,
but I don't
he
know
needed a
if the
permit
coal
to open
mine
the
directed him to do
At
it,
that
or,
time, I don't think he worked for him.
and I don't think that,
Did this just
he doesn't do all their work. I mean, they don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll have to find out. I mean, this is
no,
all
I'm
kind,
saying as.
I mean, we're
your
gonna look
road
into it.
foreman-
He's bringing the point up. We need to look into it, yeah,
Well, yeah,
They
as your
just do
road
this?
foreman, he
Yep.
ought to know
yeah.
there should have been something
Site.
to open the road.
Okay, yeah. no,
Was
that's
this
fine.
just done, I guess? I don't know when.
John, do we need any motion to ask you to
When was it
proceed with
done?
this?
No, once it's broken, I think.
Did this just happen over the past week or so? I'm just
I
asking, I
want to
don't know
tell
anything
them
about
that,
it.
so.
I was just gonna
When
say,
that-
although.
How long's it been like that, Bus?
Motion, I
Until month,
put it on the record.
Okay, so it's been about a month ago.
about a month.
Okay, I just didn't know.
I'm gonna move that we ask the chief of police to commence investigation and carry out the investigation and charges if necessary. Violation of the township ordinance.
I'll wait for a second.
I'll second, just to move it along. Okay.
No, I want on the record that we're putting it done.
The opening of the road, right?
Yes.
To investigate.
I got it.
the
As you
opening.
made,
Yeah.
To answer your question, Mike, if your officers find violations, code violations, they can go ahead and cite, and they can do what you don't need to vote to
Right.
tell them to go do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if you want to make a record, there's no reason, I mean, it's no skin off anybody's back to put it on the minutes.
I thought he was putting it up for a motion, like to
He
be,
did make a motion, but he's doing that for.
to record purposes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
understood.
how do you vote?
Mike,
No.
Kathy?
No.
I vote yes. Doug?
yes.
Yeah. You can investigate. Right?
Sure, I mean, you can do without a motion.
Yeah, that's what I said. I wanted,
That's why I said
that's
no.
why I voted no, because I don't, he
Because
didn't
there's
need
no
it.
point.
It was a moot
All
point.
right. Anything else? Eric?
I did speak with, the engineers about the hydrants.